We've seen all cards from Saviors of Doom, the upcoming expansion, and there are 12 cards in particular that I think are going to have the biggest impact on the meta and the game itself, so let's talk about them. We're starting with number 12, which is Embalming Ritual for Priest, the 1-mana Reborn spell. Imagine this, you have Circle of Healing, and you give a 1-mana Resurrect itself, which is quite good. You just heal it back up. I think about Prophet Velen as an example. If you have Velen, and he should die, and then he gets reborn, you just heal him back up. 1 Circle of Healing, 1 hero power with a new quest. It's full. It's a common card. Most of the good cards are commons or legendaries. Embalming is going to be my number 12 card, so let's see what is number 11. For number 11, it's Armored Goon. It's a 6-mana 6/7, which is a border first ogre in itself, and then if you have a weapon equipped, for example the Overkill weapon, and you gain 5 armor after you attack, it's basically you are immune while attacking. And if you face any zoo deck, you just slash through those 1-drops with this thing on the field, which you can just drop on turn 6 while you have a weapon already equipped. It's not a battle cry, it's not a death rattle, it's an effect that persists, that is still there on the next turn until the card gets removed, and you can play 2 of those. You can damage the card and summon a copy of it. This might be even the best card. Not kidding. Or it becomes one of the worst ones and no one ever plays it. We will look back at this in a few months from now. And the most interesting card, Zephrys. 2-mana 3/2, get a card that is good in the current situation. The card works the following way. When you play it, you discover you get the option between 3 cards that are really good in the current moment, based on the game state. For example, if the opponent has Doomsayer, you might get swap stats over here. You might get an Alchemist. All cards that are going to get offered to you are from the classic or basic set, so there are limitations, but imagine the opponent has 6 health, maybe he gives you Fireball for lethal. The only thing where this card is just number 10 and not higher on the list is you have to have no duplicates in your deck left. So for Wild, for any Reno deck, great. For Standard, probably just a late game card. Number 9, a High Priest. It's not Tackle, it's Ahmed. Imagine this, you play Divine Spirit on him. He has 14 health. Every single minion you play becomes a 7 health minion, 14 health minion, 28 health minion, and you can just play Double Boar into Topsy-Turvy and have 56 damage as an OTK. Imagine you play Ziliax on turn 5 after this. 3, 7, Rush Divine Shield, and it heals you? It's really good. Definitely in the top 10. Moving on to the card that I would say might be the best for Wild, but not for Standard or Arena. The thing about Expert Merchant is, if you hit something like Gul'dan on Azoth, infinite value, great value, you win against any slow deck, but you win against slow decks if you have an OTK. You win against aggressive decks, regardless if you have Arena. You don't need the card against any aggressive deck. It just has a lot of value, but then you can also play Emperor and Banker. That would also give you a copy. Thing is though, so lots of upsides, but you have to kill it, it can't get silenced. Imagine you play Elysiana, and you have this. Well, you can play 2 of those. Maybe control Warlock. Let's move on to number 7, which is Scarlet Web Weaver. The reason for that is, lots of combo potential, 0 mana, King Crush if you play 2 of those, Bran into this, the old Bran for Wild. You reduce a beast by 10. Even if you just hit a second Scarlet Web Weaver, it becomes a 1 mana 5/5 that reduces another beast, which might be Tundra Rhino. I'm really looking forward to play the dumbest King Crush OTKs with this. This opens so many possibilities, even standard beasts. For example, the new one that got rebuilt, it deals 5 damage. Reduce it to 0 mana and then play Bran, or bounce it back or play 2 of those, or 3 of those. Number 6 has to be Sandhoof Waterbearer. As Kibler mentioned in the reveal stream, it's pretty much Ragnar's Light Lord, but on a minion. And it's common, so you can play 2 of those. It has synergy with the Priest quest, and the effect is every single turn, not just a battle cry or death rattle, it happens again and again. It's a 5 and a 5/5 that restores something back to life. It might just heal your own face, but even in that case it's good. It reminds me a lot of this dragon over there. That gives attack to minions because it's also a 5/5 for 5 mana, also common, and it happens every turn. Imagine 1 Divine Spirit on that and it becomes unkillable. Will be fun to face. Then Fireball on a stick. Better in Wild than in Standard because of Ice Block, and Ice Block is there the whole time. But Godfrey is really good, right? We can agree Godfrey is good. Godfrey is a better Defile, because you also have a 4/4 minion attached to the effect of clearing the board. This thing is a Fireball attached to a 4/4. And based on Godfrey being really good, this should be really good too. And it doesn't read deal 6 damage to a random enemy, or to a random minion, or to the opponent's face. You can choose. You can even deal 6 damage to your own minion if you want to. You can deal 6 damage to your own face. You can deal 6 damage to your own face if you want to BM. This card is great. You might play it on turn 8 with Kirin Tormage into a secret into this, or you just have a secret already. that your opponent could trigger. Maybe Spellbender. Spellbender is good. Maybe it makes a comeback with this. The very important thing about all the common and rares and epics compared to legendaries is you can play 2 of those. And you can copy the cards with duplicates, with faceless, with through back into your hand. We will start to hate this card, I tell you. In 2 weeks from now we hate this. And for my number 4, Plague of Murlocs. Reason is, there is no taunt Murloc. And most Murlocs suck, if you're honest here. If you have Murloc Synergy, might be good. If your opponent gets double Underbelly Angler and has a Murloc in hand, well, rip you. There is no taunt Murloc, meaning you can always go face after you use this. And it's only 3 mana. So if you play, for example, Doomhammer into Rockbiter Weapon, it's 10 damage face, guaranteed. It's pretty much a mass silence as well, because none of the death alerts go off. The minions don't die, they get transformed. If your opponent wants to resurrect minions, for example Big Priest for Wild, well, we're happy. They get completely stumped. You can also easily clear the board. 1 lightning storm after this is probably a board clear. Like, what is the highest health Murloc? There's one that has 5 health for Wild, but there's also one that just has 4. And there's also this 4 health guy. And that's it. That's what you would face maximum. If your opponent plays any big stuff, well, rip. Looking forward to play this in control decks. Let's see how many tiny things we can get with that. Then for my number 3, it is the Priest quest. As I hinted with the other cards. I think this is the best quest from all of them. Simply based on, it doesn't require you to heal your face, your minions, your opponent. Every healing is combined, and you just need 15, and your hero power is already more than 10% of the whole quest. This is very easy to achieve, and every minion you play from then on gets healed and buffed by an insane amount. I wouldn't be surprised if this quest gets nerfed to something like restore 25 health or give a minion +2/+2 or +1/+2, something like that. I just hope this is not too broken. I might be completely wrong and this one becomes a 1-star card and no one plays that. But on paper, the card seems insanely powerful. And for number 2, I think Zoo Warlock is going to be a tier 1 deck. In Standard, definitely. In Wild, maybe tier 2. But this thing should make it viable. Now we've seen also the new card that is a 1-mana Discover, so you're almost guaranteed to get one by turn 3 or turn 4, if you want to play it in the same turn. This is just nuts. This card is so damn broken already. You summon a 5/5 by sacrificing a 1/1. This is almost as good as the number 1 card. The only downside to this is, it's limited to Zoo. It's limited to Warlock. So all the other classes can't use it. And if there's a better class than Warlock, then the card might be really high on the tier list. But if Warlock as a class isn't that high, then the card doesn't really matter. But for me personally, because I like Zoo, because you have many decisions to make every single turn, you can play multiple minions, this is great. Love it. But now to number 1. Let me explain. It's a 7-mana 6/6 and you choose twice. The reason for this being number 1 is very simple. The most played card in Standard and Wild is Ziliax. Is Ziliax insanely broken? No. Is he fair? Yeah. Does he have an upside? Yeah. And you can magnetize him. Now, Siamat is really similar to Ziliax. You can also get Rush and Divine Shield. You might not have Lifesteal, but you'll deal more damage. You can get Wind Fury into Rush and clear 2 big minions. You can clear 2 5/5s. They get summoned by the Evil Recruiter. I think this and Ziliax are going to be 2 neutral legendaries that we'll see play in almost every deck. You probably don't want to use Taunt, but even if you get Taunt Divine Shield, for the current situation it will be great. What I always think about is Branching Path. You choose twice, and 4 mana to draw 2 cards is not good. 4 mana to get 12 armor or health is not good. But the simple fact that you can choose for the current situation and the card's versatility makes it really good. So for me personally, Siamat is the best legendary on the next set. If I'm wrong on Siamat, not seeing play in at least, let's say 10% of all decks. If this is not a 5 out of 5 star card, if this is not very close to Ziliax, we will do another giveaway. Let's say in 1 month from now. Remind me, in 1 month from right now, on the 1st of September, which is by the way my stream anniversary date, we will do a giveaway. If I'm not correct on this. Those will be my choices for the top 12 cards. Let me know what is your top 10, what is your top 5. Let me just hear what is your top 3. Let me hear your thoughts. I stream live on Twitch 5 to 6 days a week. We will stream a lot in the next expansion. Make sure to follow that. Until then, have a good day.